Thank you for watching the Shikama Live Show with your host, Shikama. Negro, colored, black, Afro-American, African-American. Since when have black people become so offended by words, given that our history is one of tolerating and putting up with the worst possible behavior terrorized by white people, that we're now offended if somebody says colored? I'm not offended by any of those terms. Why am I bringing this up? Dennis Miller on his show had a caller who was 88 years old. The caller wasn't even talking about black people. He was talking about that he was a part of MacArthur's honor guard that he was selected in. And he said the selection process, they had to be white, no coloreds, between 6 feet tall and 6'2", and he was a part of them, and he was selected to be a part of that honor guard. And after the caller hung up, after telling us some wonderful stories about history over the course of the war and after the war and all the way up to the Korean War, Dennis Miller then said, "I'm not going to correct an 88-year-old about him saying colored." Who's offended by these words? Now, I had a black person tell me that they were offended by the word black. If you've noticed, on all federal documents, they have used the term white to describe Europeans forever. It's just white, and they've never changed it. They've never changed it. They've never changed it. And the term white is a new term, but on all federal documents, that's what they use to describe Europeans. Now, of course, race is a division created by man. And I just thought I'd bring this up for the sake of the Black History Month, quote unquote Black History Month, which is really a misnomer. And it was brought up to combat stuff like world history, and all it is European history. World history, and only teach European history. I used to play a game called Vampire the Masquerade, and live action. So we were acting out our characters as if it were a play, and we had to react as the character would react. And we all played vampires. Now, vampires are immortal, so vampires have been around throughout history. And in the lore of the game, it was vampires that caused everything. So we have world history, and they have white people as causing everything because of wanting to appear greater than they are white people. White people are a very recent addition to the human stock. Quote unquote, black people have been here forever, from the very beginning. We are the real vampires of the world. We have been immortal. We are the fathers and mothers of all of humanity. So I have found it laughable that white people want to put European history as world history, when really they are an insignificant people insofar as world history is actually concerned. But because they want to appear greater than they are, they won't even tell Alaskan Eskimo history, Native American history, South Native American history, Asian history, Oriental history, Polynesian history. They won't even tell it. And they won't tell African history, which dominated the entire world. Africa, it truly dominated the entire world. But now, through white supremacy, they want to categorize Europe as being something greater than it is. They won't even say that, hey, Europe is actually dirt poor, has no resources, has nothing. So we had to go out and bring warfare to the entire world and steal everybody else's jewelries and resources and what have you. So them saying it was colored black, it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't even faze me until such time as you understand that you are the fathers and mothers of all of humanity. It shouldn't faze you. Now, why are black people saying that they're offended by being called black? A most innocuous term. Innocuous meaning insignificant, not important, not even worth your while thinking about. Offended by the word black. Well, you're offended by the word black because the Democrats have conditioned you to feel put upon by anybody who says anything other than whatever particular word that you like for the day. I'm strong every day. I'm intelligent every day. I think I'm the smartest man in the room every day. And in such time that I meet somebody smarter than me in some area. Notice I didn't say he's smarter than me, the smartest man in the room. In some area, what I will do is grab that guy and make him part of my team. That's how I do it, which then, of course, simply means I'm still the smartest man in the room. I'm not offended by anything. I'm not even offended by the really nasty words that they call black people, that they really intend to be mean, rude, and bigoted. Why am I not offended by that? Because I'm still the smartest person in the room. Always. And by them using that word, that they just lower themselves. And if they try some real racism like you're not hired, you can't rent here, the smartest man in the room does what? Buys them out, or takes them to court, or deletes them, ignores them, or put them on blast, just so that they serve as an example to other would-be racists or bigots or those who are prejudiced. I see myself as a teacher, as an architect of men, even when they think that they are so evil. When I know, in fact, that they come from poor stock, how far can they trace their family line? How many generations? And I don't mean 2. I don't mean 4. I mean, can they trace their family line 13 generations? 20 generations? Can they reach their family line before Christ? Impress me, because I can. Thank you for watching the Shikama Live Show.